Welcome back to the of Important Miscellaneous Talks. I'm your host, Glass
hmm
Crossfield, and today we have a very special guest with us. Please introduce yourself.
What's good, y'all? My name is Devin Roland. Online, might know me more as WiaBasketball. I'm a coach. I'm a trainer, former hooper, all that stuff.
Got you, got you. Where does your love of basketball stem from?
My love of basketball, honestly, my dad he's a big basketball guy. My older brother, he wasn't really into sports at all. He was, he was super smart, but athletics wasn't his thing. So I kind of took the athletic route. My dad kind of just poured all of it into that. And he was a basketball guy, so I roll with basketball.
Where you from?
North of Dallas, it's Frisco, Texas, the suburb, about 35 minutes north.
Nice, nice. Did you
Mhm.
play basketball in high school?
Yeah, well, it was weird. I played high school basketball, but I didn't, like I said, my dad loved basketball, but we wasn't the family that was spending a ton of money getting me training and recruited and getting to the highest level of basketball. We was an academic family mostly. So basketball was like a hobby in high school to where I
Mm,
liked it. I mean, I played in high school, all that stuff, but I wasn't that good in comparison to right now.
okay.
I mean, you asked earlier, I'm 6'5" now. I graduated high school at 6'2", so I was a lot shorter. And I just didn't get good till I left and went to school, if we being real.
And yeah, yeah, Paul.
Played college as well.
Yeah, I played at so the first 2 years in college, I went to San Diego State. I didn't play. I just went to school. And then my sophomore year, I could have walked on. I would have made the team if I walked on because I know the kid that made it. But I didn't walk on. I didn't think I was ready. So I chose not to. And I really regretted that for the rest of my sophomore year, if we being real. And then my best friend, he's a year below me. He got on at a Division 3 back in Dallas. And he was Division 3 All-American as a freshman, all that stuff. So he got me linked with the coach at that Division 3 school. So I played 2 years there, junior and senior year. And then last year I was at University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. It's a Division 2 out there. And then I got injured at that school. So that was the last place I've been.
How old are you?
23.
Okay. When you left high school,
hmm
did you want to play basketball in college? Was that, part of your thought process?
It wasn't, I mean, honestly, at high school, like I said, I wasn't good enough to play in college at all coming out of high school for one. And then I mean, I had some JUCOs, some D3s, just early stages of looking at me. But a little personal background, before my senior year of high school, my dad passed away. So he was the reason I played basketball. So my senior year, I was detached from anything with basketball. That's why I didn't pursue it at all because I didn't want to play.
Hmm.
So it took me those 2 years of just playing pickup and finding that love for the game again. That's what catapulted me into going and playing in college and turning it from something I didn't like to something to honor his legacy. So
Mm.
so it ended up being a weird transition. So I didn't pursue it, but frankly, I don't think I would have been half the player I am now if I did try to jump straight to college basketball because it's a whole different world.
Hmm.
E- Even Division 3, I know a lot of people talk down on it. They make their jokes, but even that level of basketball, I mean, there's talent everywhere in college. I wasn't ready for that coming out of high school.
So at the end of your senior year, before your sophomore year, that's about a year or
Mhm.
two difference.
Yeah.
What It seems like you made it like a great jump in your skill set. What did you do
Uh-huh.
to improve?
Really, I played more pickup. I mean, growing up, I played, but I didn't play against the top of the top guys because, like I said, I wasn't a college basketball player my freshman year of college. But you take me to a collegiate rec center, I'm still the best player in the rec center or one of the best.
Hmm.
So It's San Diego State, pretty big school. Most people actually don't know how big it is, but it's huge. So we got all kinds of people coming through. Kids on the team, other XD1, XNBA, famous people, all that stuff. So all these people came to the gym once or twice, and I was the one who had to guard them because I was still one of the better people at the rec center. I just wasn't at that level yet. So XNBA comes. Now I got to figure out, okay, well, what do I do to hold my ground against an XNBA player?
Mm-hmm.
How do I score on an XNBA player? How do I do this? How do I do that? So I just played a ton of basketball against a ton of really, really, really good players. And it grew my confidence. That was one of the bigger things that I was struggling with in high school. Grew my confidence, definitely grew my skill set. Kind of made me figure out what my game was, what I was good at. So
Okay.
those year and a half, 2 years, I mean, I completely changed as a basketball player, mostly mentally, but definitely my skills improved a whole lot.
Um, what are some
What?
Whoa, you're
Thank
cutting.
you,
Hold
bro.
on, you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
who are some notable names?
Bro, nah. Like a few
You said
legends.
notable names I played against. I think that's what you were saying. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, San Diego State, like I was saying, I played. There's a TMZ clip on it. I played Dwight Howard, and that's when Dwight Howard was on the Hornets at the time. And TMZ made a clip of it. I got a steal on him, got a dunk on the other end. It wasn't that great of a clip, but that one went a little bit viral. And then shoot, one of the NBA players. A lot of the NBA players I played up at that school were smaller name, but played B Dot A Dot back when he was making them viral NBA impersonation videos. B
Mhm.
Dot A Dot still in the social media world. That's where I met R2B Ball, and he went to San Diego State when I went there. So I got pretty close with him before he blew up. Then the social media sphere, I mean, Cam Wilder, I trained Ryan the Crash Dummy.
Oh,
Um,
mother.
yeah, a lot of people from that TikTok world that came through Dallas, who came through the area, I played against. But I had to pass up on some opportunities on the social media side just because I train and I work. So I mean, I missed out on the chance of meeting a bunch
Mm,
of big YouTubers and all that stuff just because I gotta keep these lights on in my apartment.
I feel that. So,
But
a after high school, what were your intentions like professionally? Where did you want to go? Since it wasn't basketball.
uh, after high school, whoa, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, my fault. But nah, so my thing is I wanted to work in basketball. When I was probably about middle school, I figured out I wasn't big enough, I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't strong enough to go play in the league. I kind of figured that out about sixth, seventh grade.
A
So I
self-awareness.
was exactly, but I saw that I was like, okay, that dream, I can still have the dream, but like we got to think of plan B. So as a middle schooler, my mindset was, okay, if it's not me playing the NBA, the next thing I thought of was, okay, well, a job around the NBA is announcing the NBA, being a commentator, doing all that stuff.
Mm,
'Cause I was like, I mean, I was young. I didn't think about all the aspects of business and all that stuff. I was like, those are the next people. So I did journalism for a while. I went to school for journalism at first, and then I hated it. It wasn't I'm glad I left it. It wasn't me. It wasn't what I was best at. But I did journalism for a couple of years. Wasn't my thing. Switched to business. So I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't for training and stuff and some of the opportunities I've gotten on the training side, I was I'm really, really good like mathematically. So doing analytics and stuff for companies, trying to do that more of that side was something I had some job offers to do. But once I mean, as I progressed through college, I wanted to sit down and do a 9 to 5 less and less as every year went by because it doesn't appeal to me.
You ever thought about playing overseas?
Yeah. So I mentioned it briefly, but last year like I said, I got injured. That injury was a concussion, and my trainers, my trainers messed me up. I'm not trying to talk down on the school or anything, but the trainers tried to bring me back within a week, and I wasn't ready. So
You let them know
I
that?
think, yeah, I mean,
Wow.
again, I told them, but it's a weird process. To put it simply, the protocol is basically you got you got to do 5 days of activities before you can play again because they take concussions really seriously. So the way the trainer saw it is, well, if we make you do day one right now, we can reevaluate your symptoms tomorrow, but maybe we can get you back in time. And I was trying to tell him, I was like, I don't think I can get back for this weekend anyways. Can I just rest this week and start up next week? Because I can't play this week. And I know I can't. And they were just like, okay, well, start the process. Start day one, start day two. Let's get you cleared and then we can evaluate. But I mean, I wasn't even ready to go through the clearing process. I couldn't do any exercise, nothing. So they try to bring me back quickly. I think it's what made my symptoms really, really, really bad. Plus, I've had a few head injuries in the past. So,
Mm.
I mean, even right now, like, yeah, I can train. Yeah, I can be in a gym. Like once a month, they'll just randomly hit me. I'll be in the gym. I'll hear like a really loud noise. My ears start ringing. I start seeing stars. I get really, really dizzy. And that
Damn.
happened. That happened over a year ago. So,
Mm.
I mean, I can hoop almost at full speed again, but I still don't think I can go for a season. I can't do it for 4, 5, 6 months in a row. I can do it for a couple days a week. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, the dream was to get overseas after my playing career in college. I mean, I had a pretty successful playing career. Had some agents hitting me up, having I had some countries I was looking at, but no, it is what it is. I'm still making money with basketball on the rim, and that's really while going overseas and playing it'd be a blessing. It'd be something I'm looking forward to. It's not the end all be all. No, as long as I'm making my money through basketball, I'm happy.
Your concussion, like how did that come about?
It was random. So when I went to Colorado Springs, I was having a pretty weird season. I started off at the shooting guard, started the first game. I was nervous. I mean, I was just in my own head. So first game I played bad. Second game, boom, they moved me to point guard. I haven't played point guard since middle school. So I had boom, back to back bad games. When we back to the wing, finally was having a good game. And I'm trying to get a chase down block on a dude. Dude goes up with his left hand, with his right arm. He just swings it and he elbowed me in the chin. And I don't know, he hit me just right to get my brain to rattle around in my head. And then I landed on the ground. The floor was spinning. I was seeing stars, but it didn't look like nothing bad. So my coach didn't even know what was going on. Dude looked at me, started yelling at me for not getting back on defense. I walked smooth off the court. I didn't even say nothing to him. I just walked off the court. Game still being played. So he's cussing me out. I couldn't really hear nothing. All I could hear was just like high pitched, like squeaking sounds. So it was a freak accident, freak situation. My trainer said it was some of the worst symptoms she's seen in a concussion in years.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, I know.
Sound like you was
I
playing
was.
football.
I mean, I guess it's because like I said, I think he just hit me just right
Mm.
because it wasn't. I mean, I look back at the film. It's not like he wound his arm up and really, really hit me or nothing. It was just the right spot. I guess I don't know. I can't even explain it.
Would you hope to go overseas one day in the future?
If I can get healthy, I will. I love to, but right now, like I said, I train and I get a lot of joy out of, getting my kids better and seeing their development and letting them, live out whatever their next dream is, whether it's making a high school team, making a middle school team.
Yeah.
I mean, I got pros, all that stuff. So whatever their dream is, I get a lot of joy out of seeing them accomplish their dreams. So, that provides me pretty much the same satisfaction as if I was going overseas myself. So
Okay.
seeing them succeed is I'm satisfied with that. You know, I'm at peace with that. So if I come back, great. If I don't, great.
I was gonna ask you what age do you normally train? Giggity.
Normally, so my old philosophy was basically like middle school and up. But I mean, the last like 2 weeks, I started getting a lot of elementary clients coming through. So right now, I mean, I got kids as low as fourth grade I work out with, got fourth graders, fifth, all the way up through every grade in high school. Got a couple college guys I work with, and then a handful of pro guys that either overseas right now and they're coming back. I got some guys overseas right now that are still overseas and they're from overseas. So it's a mixed bag.
That's good. That's lit, man. That's lit. That's fire.
Yeah, great job to have. I love it.
What do you
So,
think? Yeah.
so what is your? You know how like every player has their own regiment. Like we see how hard Kobe worked. We see how hard LeBron worked. Like, what's your regiment? What's your regiment like?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed over the years. I mean, right now my biggest skill set was good shooter. I mean, I was the best shooter in my conference my senior year. So a lot of just working on my shot. But I mean, I was a gym rat in general. So I was always in the gym, whether I was hooping, training myself, training somebody else. I lived in the gym when I was still playing. But to complement my skill set, I was a shooter, but I specialized a lot in, kind of the in between game, kind of those shots that bail out your team at the end of a shot clock. You gotta throw something up with 2 seconds left. Just
Mm.
taking those types of difficult shots because that's how. Back when I was playing at the rec center back in California, I couldn't get past the NBA player. Period. I just couldn't get to the rim on them. So I was forced to quote unquote settle for that little mid range game, those floaters, everything in between. So I figured out I was pretty good at it. So I started working on that a lot. So it was a unique skill set, but I was in the gym 24/7 when I was playing.
Mm.
Not on no Kobe stuff though. I'm not a big I'm not a big guy on you gotta wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to make the NBA. That makes no sense to me. Right? Kobe did it. I respect him for it. But you can get the same quality workout at 3 a.m. as you can at 10 a.m.
So are you saying they're just different routes? You think?
Yeah. I mean, there are. I mean, there's guys at every level of basketball that, you know, will grind it day in and day out, 3, 4 workouts a day and don't make it. And there's guys that eat McDonald's, play 2K, and they in the NBA. Like
Right.
it just is what it is. It's not like any job. It's not a fair world. Some people are just more naturally blessed and catch on to their skills a little bit easier
Mm-hmm.
to where you ain't even gotta work like that. And some guys they in the gym 24/7 and they can't get an opportunity.
Yeah, I know some whack gym rats for sure.
Hmm. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a lot of politics that goes into basketball. That goes in anything really though.
What do you think is your biggest piece of advice for someone trying to improve their game?
Most of it's reps. So I get a lot of DMs on Instagram asking to improve their game. Most of it's just getting high quality reps. And then for the younger kids that don't know themselves yet, it's figuring out what you're good at and how you complement that. A lot of kids don't think that way. A lot of kids just go out there and play and see what happens. But everyone knows what Steph Curry's best at. He's a shooter. So that lets him get to the rim easier and go finish. Kevin Durant's great at the mid range, which allows him to be more open from three and also get to the rim. Stuff like that. Chris Paul's best at playmaking, which allows him to have that little mid range game to complement it. Most kids don't have any understanding of what they're good at. So
Mm.
once you can understand that and figure out what skills you need to complement what you're best at, you can be really, really good. But most people just go out there and hoop and see what happens.
So that self aware the self awareness and a well defined role.
Exactly. Because every kid growing up, their dreams college, then their dreams pro. But the first step's college. A college scout ain't trying to recruit 15 guys that are all the team's best player. That makes no sense. You can't structure a team with 15 Jordan Clarksons. You
Okay,
need a point
I
guard.
get you.
You need
So
a point guard. You
yeah,
need a
just
scorer.
be specific each time.
Exactly. But if you maximize what you're good at, you're gonna get recruited. But if you're trying to do something you can't do, it don't matter if you're averaging 25 a game. No one cares. Because
Mm.
the team already got somebody averaging 25 a game. They don't need that.
Mm.
How,
Wow.
how did you start in the player development field?
Kinda back in probably late high school, early college years. No, every kid doing the same thing. They trying to go work at Foot Locker. They trying to go figure out their part-time job over the summer. And
Hmm.
then, I had a little kid come up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you're really good. I was wondering if you could work out with me." I was like, "Sure, whatever." So I started talking to his mom. She's like, "Yeah, I'll pay you, I think it was 20, 25 an hour or something like that."
That's pretty
In
solid.
my head, I was like, that's like double what I'm making at Finish Line right now, because that's where I was working part-time over the summer. I was like, that's double. So if I can get 5, 10 kids doing this, I can
Mm.
make the same amount of money, not doing much. I mean, obviously I gotta work, but like I'm doing something I like doing.
Right.
Yes.
So it ended up just being kind of random. It all stemmed from this one kid, and it kind of turned into my little side hustle I did. Work 3, 4 hours a night throughout the summer, coming home with 2, 3 times the money I was making at the shoe store. So I mean, my mom made fun of me because at the time I was only accepting cash. So I had every week I went to the bank with this fat wad of like, I don't know, 500, 600, something like that. And all like 10. So I pulled up to the bank. She's like, they probably think you dealing or something. There was like, there's no way they think this money's legal. But nah, I mean, it started off as a little side hustle. And then my senior year, my first opportunity came through the door. This one fell through. But one of my clients' dads was like, hey man, if you're trying to do this full time, let's get in contact. Let's try to find a place to build a gym because I want a gym my kid can work out
Mm.
in. And so I mean, I wasn't thinking about doing it full time till then, but I was like, if I have a gym, you can do a lot with that.
Facts.
You can really turn that side hustle into your full time job. So I mean, unfortunately, that deal fell through. I have some other deals I can't necessarily disclose, but
Okay.
I have some stuff behind the scenes I'm working on along similar routes to that. But that one conversation really convinced me that it can be a full-time gig.
Okay. So working with kids, how did that transition to college players, high school players, and pros?
Not just the more it's really the more connections you have, the more trust you build between people. I mean, it all ends up being a big butterfly effect. If you're good at what you do, that fourth grader you working with got an older brother. That older brother got friends. Their friends got an older brother that all of a sudden is playing in college. Something. I don't know, but it
Got
just all stems from one connected source to where, I mean, the people you meet, you never know. Every family's got their own connections, their own history to where if you're doing a good job with one client and you do your job well, they're more than happy to recommend you to somebody else. And that person might be in college, they might be overseas. Who knows? But mostly with the college kids, I mean, I played at 2 different schools, and then the first school I was at was the Division 3, and I was 2-time all conference, 2-time team MVP, blah 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 blah. So I mean, I was pretty good within my conference. So a lot of kids from that conference know me. A lot of coaches know me. To where once they started seeing my stuff on TikTok and Instagram, they reached out to me
Mm.
like, "Hey man, let's get in the gym," stuff like that. So Some of it's from personal connections, some of it's from online connections, for sure.
Who's your top 5, dead or alive?
Top five NBA.
Basketball?
Basketball. Yeah.
Sure. I'll say I don't even want to start the argument. I always say LeBron and Jordan. It depends on what you want, what you need. So those, I mean, they 1 and 2. I don't care how you rank them. It depends on what. It depends on what you prefer, what you like, and all that. My dad is from Akron, so you know I'm saying LeBron. That's just how it is. Like my dad's from Akron. My aunt used to live in Akron when I was growing up, so I had nothing but LeBron stuff. So I admit I'm biased on that one.
You know LeBron left you guys originally, right? You guys just forgot
My
that?
dad ain't from my dad ain't from Cleveland. He from Akron.
Okay.
I don't care about Cleveland. I care about Akron. That's all I cared about. So
Yeah.
anyways, so I mean, I ride with LeBron since before I even know who LeBron was. When I was 5 years old and he was drafted, best believe I had a LeBron jersey. I didn't know who dude was. So I mean, I've been with him forever. So LeBron and Jordan, number 3, Kareem, 4, Kobe, 5. There's so many people that can be 5. I'm gonna say Magic, but five could be like 6 different people. When it's all said and done, I think 5's gonna be Steph. But right now, I'm gonna say Magic.
Interesting. Do you think he would need a Finals MVP to solidify?
Maybe. I mean,
Right in your top 5 Finals MVP, multiple.
True.
I mean, you can say that, but Steph has done so much other stuff outside the Finals MVP award. I mean, Andre Iguodala has the Finals MVP. I don't care about that.
Why do people keep doing that? There's like 3, there's like 3 unnoteworthy Finals MVPs, guys. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. But like, no one really remembers that. They still know Steph's the best player on 3 championships.
People remember that. People definitely remember.
I mean, they gonna remember that to nitpick him if you don't like Steph, but
I think it's not a coincidence that just about everybody in their top 5, top 10 typically has more than one Finals MVP. But he does have the regular season MVPs, and he was unanimous.
Exactly.
He's done a lot outside of that, but
but that's also why I said when it's all said and done, because if he messes around and wins this year,
yeah.
I mean, Andrew Wiggins ain't getting the Finals MVP. I can tell you that.
So we'll see. I'd expect to get out of it.
But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think it'll be Steph once it's all wrapped up, but I ain't gonna say that quite yet.
What made you start TikTok?
I really don't remember. I remember I wanted to post on it because I knew it was the fastest social media to grow
on. Okay.
And I knew social media was a good way, getting new clients, and kind of diversify how I'm getting income.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so many kids in your area, but there's billions of them worldwide, hundreds of millions that play basketball worldwide. You can find a way to connect to those people. You got so much more money you could potentially have coming in. So I knew social media was a way I wanted to get started. I knew TikTok was the fastest way to grow on social media. And those TikTok followers will go follow your Instagram, go sub to your YouTube, all that stuff. But I don't remember why I was posting the first videos I was posting, or like what made me commit to it as heavily as I did it early on. Because my TikTok didn't really grow the first 2-3 months. I was sitting at like 5,000, 7,000, stuff like that.
You just kept posting though.
Yeah, I mean, I just kept posting. But I don't know why I was so headstrong on posting. I don't know what made me keep going because I wasn't getting any views. I wasn't getting any followers, none of that. But, I think I just had the time in my day, the free time, where, I mean, I could just go record and see what happened.
Do you record with a camera or with your phone normally?
Nah, I do. All my TikTok, Instagrams on my phone. If I got most of my YouTube videos, I'll bring out a cameraman right now, but I don't post that much on YouTube. It takes way too much time right now.
Yeah.
YouTube's a full-time commitment, and it doesn't, I mean, you can definitely make money on YouTube, but it's a slow growth.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't have a I don't have enough money from social media to be like go hiring editors and hiring all these other people
Okay, I
to
get
really work my YouTube for me. So I mean, I'm not spending 3 hours at 2 in the morning editing my videos. It's
you.
just it's not something that
Down
appeals to
the
me
line
right
though, right?
now. Yeah, down the line, I mean, it's another social media, but still just trying to. I still see myself in the growth phase. Trying to
Yeah.
grow my brand, grow my face recognition, all that stuff.
So you're not making money off TikTok?
I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna disclose how much. TikTok don't pay very well.
It
All
doesn't.
it takes is a quick Google search to realize TikTok pay you nothing. But
Not
I
really.
mean, I've used social media. That income right now, I use that sort of as my fun money. I'm trying to go eat out. I'll budget off that money, go eat out, go get some new shoes, go get something to where I can go, live a little bit of a life to where it's not all saving and stuff. Because it's my first year out of college. I mean, I got to focus more on saving, investing, all that stuff. So those breadcrumbs TikTok pays me, I use to get some sliced stuff.
Give a slice later after 400 million views. I'll just get a donut.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's bad. It's bad. They don't pay you nothing, but it's all good. I mean, it's fun. Met some cool people doing it. I see the potential in growing on it and how that helps the rest of my brand. Because I mean, I met some cool people already, and I've only been somewhat known on the app for like 4 months. I'm still not even that known, but
Mhm.
I mean, rappers, NBA players, all that stuff. Just
That's dope.
yeah, I know it's super random, super weird, but add some variety to my life.
What would you say is the end goal of, doing TikTok and your career? What would you want it to be?
Honestly, I mean, so I view the different platforms separately, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is if you look at my Instagram, there's nothing on there that's meant to be super funny, super. There's no skits on my Instagram. It's all just either engaging with my audience or trying to get my audience better. My TikTok is basically just my skits, some stuff on my personality, stuff I think that's funny, just random. As long as you got to do with basketball, I'll post on TikTok. I won't post all that on Instagram. So I mean, I think obviously the connection between the two is that I'm a trainer, and it grows my audience to where if you want to talk monetizing your account, the more your audience has, the more they trust you as a trainer, the more they're going to be willing to pay for an online program, all that stuff. But
Mm.
most of it's just to be, as an outlet to show a personality online and just kind of get to have fun with it. And that's where I messed up at the beginning. At the beginning, I was so serious on being a trainer and strict to what my job title was. But then I was like, you grow more being an entertainer. People care about you more if you're an entertainer too.
It's a fact.
And everyone that messages me privately on Instagram, they all know I'm a trainer still, and they all respect what I have to say. So combining the two actually worked out pretty well for me, and it's still doing well for me. So, but it's a weird mix because if you look at my TikTok right now, it's not all training. It's a bunch of random stuff.
Hmm. If you weren't doing basketball, what would you be doing for a living?
Analytics, I don't even want to imagine that life because I mean, because one of the jobs I was hired to do was just be there's third party analytic companies to where basically if Chick-fil-A comes to the company that offered me, they would have said, hey, we're trying to build 10 new locations in the Dallas area. Here's a list of like 100 potential locations we found. Run the numbers based off the demographics, other companies, and like a million different items. run the numbers, build a program for us, and tell us what are the 10 best locations.
Wow.
Which, I mean, it pays well, I'm gonna tell you that, but I was bored talking about it. Like, that's a bigger thing for me, which is obviously everyone's trying to make their money, everyone's trying to be successful financially, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean that job doesn't. I don't care what Chick-fil-A builds a location.
I feel
Never
you.
have, never will. I don't. I don't care about helping these other companies out to build new locations or to do whatever they ask us to do. I mean, it just wasn't something that I felt would appeal to me long term. And I mean, my brother's in corporate America, my mom was in corporate America. I see how they talk about their jobs.
Mm.
It's not all negative, but it's, man, I can't wait till the weekend. I can't wait to be done with this for this week. I can't wait to be done with that. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you spend most of your life doing something and don't like it. That's not how I wanted to live. I wanted to live, yeah, I still complain about work. Like, don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love every waking second of work, especially when I got 7 a.m. workouts, when I got all types of crazy hours. I don't have days off, all that stuff. I don't appreciate that. But at the end of the day, I'd much rather do that than go work 40 hours at this analytics company. I'm making a little bit more money doing something I can't be bothered to do. So yeah, I don't like imagining that route for myself. It sound boring.
I feel you. Have have the women poured in expeditiously since your increased fame?
Nope. Bunch of kids. It's a bunch of kids, man. Nah, honestly, I ain't got not one DM like
What?
that.
Wow.
Everything trying to get. I mean, people see me as a coach and a trainer. They just want me to help
Yeah.
get them better.
You see professionally
So
first.
exactly, everyone views it as a professional account. I mean, I haven't. I removed my name's on my account, but my handle is WiaBasketball for everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's not. There's some personal. There's some entertainment aspects to it, but there's a professional front. I mean, my handle is the name of my company as well. So it's like most people view it professionally and professionally only, which I mean, I'm honestly happy with. I'd rather it be that way than too personal.
Well, that's all I have for you. Do you have any other
So,
questions there, Paul? All right, then. This has been absolutely astonishing. Thank you so much for coming.
of course.
Comment down below if you want to see, more of this guy. His stuff will be there as well. God bless.
Sir, appreciate y'all, man.
Definitely.